So it doesn't stop with immersion. So if we've gone through a successful immersion with a client, then now we built this team with them. It's not about impact versus the client. It's about us together. So it's I said this before, it's kind of a we mentality. We're all one team working together for business and customer success. And then now we form this bond. And so now there's go to work. And in our process, what we try to do is separate surefire bets that we know their customers will love. We don't need to mess around. We can just get to work. And then there's other work that is out of the immersion process. We've come up with some good ideas, but we don't, it goes back to that point I made, is we think these things will be valuable and innovative, but we don't know for sure. And so to build something out if you put it in a bucket of we don't know for sure, and you just start building that and shipping it, there's some risk there because we might ship something that the client just goes, I'm not going to use this. This doesn't solve a problem for me. And so then, oops. And that oops might have cost the organization a lot of money. It could have been millions of dollars later that you find that out. So what we try to do is segregate the work between we think so, but we're not sure, to we're pretty damn sure. And so the first track that we don't know, we're not sure, goes into a track of work called discovery. And then concurrently, we segment the stuff that we're pretty damn sure this is valuable, a track called implementation. So if we look at the discovery track, it's about developing the idea to make sure we've got it right. And so then we go to work in things and many agents, there's nothing proprietary here. We start doing things like design sprints. When we talk about design sprints, they're really rapid prototyping. And so we go through a traditional process. You may have heard of it, the sprint, Jake Knapp, the sprint book. It's a Google Ventures process by which you spend a few days together and you take an idea and you target opportunity, and then you sketch out, everybody sketches their ideas, and then we vote on the best ideas, and then we build a prototype. And then we test that prototype with customers. So we take this sort of half-baked idea that came out of immersion, and we say, let's take that idea, let's build a prototype, and let's sit with a customer. And we spend a few days with that. And so if the customer looks at the prototype and says, not feeling it. Well, in a waterfall world where we spent a bunch of money and they tell us that, oh my God, that would be bad. But in our world of rapid prototyping, that's actually a gift, because we spent 3 or 4 days coming to the outcome of, this isn't that valuable to me. Okay, we can abandon it. We spent no time. We haven't written any code. And when I say rapid prototypes, these things are like sketches that are stitched together, just enough of the idea so that we can take it to a customer and say, are we on the right track or not? Yeah. Now, if we're on the right track, that's great, because then we can drop that gosh, we didn't know idea to the other track of work, which is called implementation. That segues into the implementation track. So if we look at that track of work, that's filled with stuff that has been proven. We can establish definition and requirements, or if you're in the user story world, agile world, we can write user stories against. We can really break down that into a very tactical stream of work. And then impact goes straight to work in terms of wireframes, high fidelity design artifacts. We can apply, design systems to that stuff. It's what one might say the kind of meat and potatoes of UX UI design. And all of that is very focused on trying to make something as quickly as possible and get it out the door to customers. So, and keep in mind, a lot of our clients aren't set up that way. They've got a very waterfall approach where they, somebody from on high comes up with business requirements, and then they say, okay, you guys are going to go build this thing, and everybody starts making, keyboards or mouses are clicking, and they start making things without really having, validated a lot of the higher risk stuff. What you find is you just got a lot of turnover in product organizations because somebody spent a bunch of money building a bunch of shit that didn't really catch on with customers, and so risk. And that's typically how we find a client when we engage with them. It's a very waterfall process, risk, high turnover, people are coming and going, and the business is spending a shit ton of money trying to get to that aha moment.
How many times have we seen where client made a feature and product owner thought that the CEO, whoever thought the feature was going to be valuable, and it turns out nobody's using it?
All the time, more often than not, in fact. And so we come in and say, look, forget all of the buzzwords. We're here to reduce your risk. Think of us as saviors of de-risking your enterprise through design.